The story of Dong Yung. One of China's 24 paragons of filiality was Dong Yung, also known as Dong An, a very filial person. One of his neighbors, Wang Ji, was the richest man, while he himself was the poorest. Dong An's mom, because of her son's filial devotion, was well nourished and plump. Though advanced in years, she felt happy day and night. On the other hand, Wang Ji's mom was made of money and ate only the finest delicacies, poultry, seafood, assorted meats, but she was thin as a rail. She was unhappy and worried all the time. One day, when both her sons were away, the skinny mom inquired of the plump mom, Your family lives hand to mouth and can't put anything nice on the dinner table. Yet you're all chubby and round. How is it that you get so plumpish in your old age? Dong An's mom said to the skinny mom, My son is very filial. He stays out of trouble, behaves himself, and works hard at his job. I've got absolutely no worries and I'm very happy. As the saying goes, when the heart is carefree, the body plumps out. I'm happy at heart, so I plump out. She went on to ask the skinny mom, You live the good life and there are plenty of nice things to eat in your house. Yet, why are you all skin and bones? Is there something wrong with you? The skinny mom replied, Sure, I've got money and eat well, except my son is a roughneck. He gets in trouble with the law day in and day out. He's either wanted by the police for questioning or there'd be some warrants to appear in court. I worry about him all the time. No matter how well I eat, I don't feel happy. I'm stressed out. I get skinnier by the day because there's no way I can put on weight when I'm all worried. While the two moms, one skinny, one chubby, were chatting up a storm about their sons, one filial, one disobedient. The disobedient one returned and overheard their conversation. After the moms had said their goodbyes and went home, Wang Ji went to Dong An's house and wrapped up the chubby mom good. You blabbermouth, why did you feed my mom all that crap? He yelled. When Dong An came home and saw his mom upset, he asked why. She told her son, Wang Ji was here and beat me up. He accused me of speaking ill of him to his mom. Dong An did not say anything to that, but simply comforted his mom. Please don't be mad, that's just how he is, don't mind him. However, after his mom got beat up and calmed down by that hooligan, she got sick and died. Upon his mom's death, Dong An blew his top. When my mom was alive, I shied away from fights with you to keep her from worrying. Now you've done her in. So he picked up a knife and killed Wang Ji. The skinny mom had always worried that her son might get himself killed one day, and sure enough, he got killed. Afterwards, with Wang Ji's head in hand, Dong An went to his mom's grave and set the head on an altar table. He lit incense, bowed, and said, Mom, please don't be mad anymore. So he beat you up, right? Now I have avenged you. I killed him to offer his head to you. When he finished with the rite of offerings, guess what happened next? He took the head with him and turned himself in, confessing, My mom died after the beating, so I killed him and made offering to his head to my mom. Do what you will with me. I accept the court's verdict and won't dodge the law. The county prefect handed down a life sentence. and he was put in jail. It just so happened that the emperor then issued an imperial pardon which exempted all criminals of their past crimes, and he was freed. After his release, he was later appointed to high offices in the government. That was the story of Dongyun, a filial son. Though there are abiding filiality, recent filiality, greater filiality, and lesser filiality. True filiality is cultivating the path and accomplishing Buddhahood in the future. As right now, you are investigating the Buddha Dharma without having to return to your homes. That is true filiality. So truly be able to investigate the Buddha Dharma and to be able to practice and uphold the Buddha Dharma is to be truly filial to your parents. An explanation of the title. Fourth, an explanation of title. Xiao as in to extinguish. What does the word Xiao mean? It means to explain clearly the meaning of the text. Therefore, an explanation of the title of the sutra. Sutra of the past vows of Earth Star, see Tingapa Bodhisattva. The sutra incorporates Earth Star Bodhisattva's name in its title, which refers to a person, and past vows denotes Dharma. Therefore, in the 7 categories of sutra titles, this sutra belongs to the category of titles consisting of person and Dharma. Dharma is just a kind of karma. Past vows refers to his fundamental activity karma, deeds and karma created in his past lives. While the name Earth Star, Earth nurtures the growth of all things, and Star refers to treasure troves. All the treasure troves are in the ground. Store can also mean to keep hidden, i.e. to keep from view. All the treasure troves are hidden from view underground. The earth can grow the myriad things. It can also keep the myriad things hidden, buried underground. Like the great earth, this Bodhisattva is able to make the myriad things grow. Like the great earth, he has endless boundless treasure troves in the ground for people to uncover. Those who believe in this Bodhisattva are entitled to the treasures within. Anything you can think of can be found in these treasure troves, and there is something to suit everyone's fancy. All the precious diamonds, gold, silver, lapis lazuli, crystal, mother of pearl, to name a few. If, say, you come into possession of a big 300-pound diamond, that should make you the world's richest person. I made some people laugh when I said 300 pounds. They thought that was way too big. In fact, that is still way too small, the smallest of all, because the one that is way too big is practically heavy, too heavy for you to even pick up. This Bodhisattva is replete with all these gracious virtues, thus the name Earth Star. The word Bodhisattva is Sanskrit, translated into Chinese means an enlightened sentient being, an enlightened one among sentient beings. It can also be translated to enlightened beings, leading others to enlightenment with the principles that oneself has become enlightened to. In other words, it is the enlightened one enlightening others. Oneself has become enlightened and wishes for all sentient beings to become enlightened. Put another way, it is the benefited one benefiting others. Oneself has attained to great wisdom and wishes for all sentient beings to attain to great wisdom. With the great wisdom, there will be no more upside-down thinking. Past vows refers not to vows made in the present, but the ones he had made since the origin. Since the origin, when was that? It was countless aeons ago when he made those vows. The power of vows from lives past is called past vows, similar to the events of the past lives. One of the 12 divisions of sutras, which are accounts of events in lives past. Here, the past vows of a Bodhisattva are the vows he made in his past lives, not at the present, because by now he has already fulfilled his vows. What were the vows he made? He vowed, "Until the hells are empty, I vow to forego Buddhahood. When all beings are saved, will I then certify to Bodhi." Hells refers to all the hells. Anytime the hells are not yet empty, he will hold off on becoming a Buddha. Only when the hells are completely empty will he become a Buddha. Now think about that. How great is that vow power? Earthstar Bodhisattva says, "I will be in the house to receive and guide all the hungry ghosts for each day that they have not been led from suffering to bliss. For one more day, I will hold off on Buddhahood." The hungry ghosts in the house must completely gain deliverance, leave suffering, and attain bliss, and then I will become a Buddha. Let's think that over. The karma sentient beings created is endless, so are their afflictions. Then how could the hells ever come to an end? Only when sentient beings' afflictions were ended and their karmic obstruction cleared would the hells then be empty. Yet, as we sentient beings' karmic obstruction cannot be eradicated or their afflictions ended, how will the hells ever be empty? From the standpoint of contemporary scientists and philosophers, wouldn't the vows which Earthstar Bodhisattva made, the power of his vows, be considered the silliest of conduct and notions? Why do I say the silliest of conduct and notions? He first had the notions which he put into action and which manifested in his conduct. However, isn't this kind of conduct and notions way too foolish? Why? The bottom line is, it cannot be done, since fundamentally the house can never be empty. Does it follow that fundamentally Earthstar Bodhisattva stands no chance to ever come a Buddha? No, it is not the silliest kind of conduct and notions. It is the kindest, most compassionate type of conduct and notions, and also the most filial. Why do I say that? Earthstar Bodhisattva perceived in his contemplation that his mother had fallen into the house where she was undergoing great sufferings, and he asked the Buddha to help take his mother across. Who is Earthstar Bodhisattva really? He is the Venerable Mahamudgalyayana, and he serves as a Bodhisattva in the house. Why would he want to do that? He felt the pain which his mother underwent in the house, and reflected on the issue of extending filiality for one's elders to others' elders. If my mom went through such sufferings, others' moms could also be put through the same sufferings, he thought. Therefore, with a filiality that is equal, level, and indiscriminating, he sought to rescue all hell beings and guide them from suffering to bliss. That is what Earthstar Bodhisattva's vows are about. No amount of words can fully describe the extent of his vow power. Preface 2. Again, let us go over the word earth. There are 10 meanings to the word, and though the 10 still cannot cover all its functions, they give a general idea. First, vast and great. Do you see that the earth is vast and great? Some of you are saying, Dharma Master, you must skip that one. We all knew it's vast and great. Why bother? Just because everyone knew that, all the more I need to bring it up to your attention. Second, relied upon by sentient beings. All sentient beings rely on the earth to sustain life. Do you know of any sentient beings that do not do that? Surely none of them lives in empty space. Third, not given to likes and dislikes. The earth has no likes or dislikes. It does not pick and choose, dictating, you stay here, that sentient being there, I don't want you. No way. Sentient beings, good, bad, wholesome and evil, together with tigers, seal deer, monkeys and everything else, all live and rely on the earth. All the more it is not given to preferences or biases. Some people might claim, oh, I know the earth simply has no awareness, it's insensate. Do you know for sure that it has no awareness? The earth's awareness and perception is beyond the scope of our awareness and perception. The earth has its awareness because it is also one of the sentient beings. Fourth, acceptant of great rains. It can withstand the most forbidding of downpours. Fifth, bringing forth vegetation. Sixth, a repository for seeds. All the seeds are buried underground. Seventh, the seventh is bearing many treasures. There are lots of valuables in the ground. Eight, yielding various medicines. All medicines are produced from the earth. Ninth, unmoved by blowing winds. Not even the gustiest of winds, not even hurricanes can move the earth. What about earthquakes? They are not caused by movement of winds. 10. Unstirred at the lion's roars. When the lions roar, all creatures are scared, but the earth does not flinch. In light of these 10 meanings, Earth's Bodhisattva takes the earth to represent his name. This sutra bases its title on a person and a Dharma, with Earth's Bodhisattva being the person and his past vows, the Dharma. The Chinese word for past is ben, as a foundation or origin. Both suggest the past and indicate that these were the vows Earth's Bodhisattva made previously. Countless aeons ago, in life after life, he constantly made these vows to perfect his filiality, to serve his parents with filial devotion, and to save and take them across at the expense of his own life. Such was Earth's Bodhisattva's vow power. I have explained the term sutra on many previous occasions, but it helps to go over it in every sutra lecture. Some of you learned it from prior lectures, yet others have not been to one until now and are not clear about its principles. Sutras offer a path for cultivation which everyone may walk on. If you wish to become a Buddha, you must take this route. This is the way to Buddhahood. Therefore, sutra means path. It also has the meaning of the carpenter's chalk line, or as in China, the carpenter's ink line. The carpenter snaps the line he pulls out of the ink pad to mark a straight black line. By the same token, sutras help us tell the proper from the deviant. Moreover, sutra has the meaning of garland, as sutras string together principles like flowers in a garland. There are 4 more meanings: threading, attracting, permanent, and law. Threading is to perforate into and thread together the set principles, so none will be left out or lost. analogous to the magnetic pull on iron. Feelings attracting is to attract and support those with the potentials for transformation. The Dharma the Buddha taught takes across and transforms living beings according to their potentials and affinities. The scriptures based on the Buddha's words like magnets draw those sentient beings who are due to be transformed. Similarly, you have come to my sutra lectures because this attracting power brought you here. Weaker power like mine draws fewer people, stronger power, more people. This attracting power has drawn someone, Ron Epstein, all the way from Seattle here. Like the magnetic pull on iron, feelings. Before you know it, its invisible power has already drawn you in, thus attracting. In the Cantonese dialect, the word attracting is used to describe parents' loving care for their children. The term to attract and to accept refers to how the Buddhas treat sentient beings with kindness and compassion, and in turn, sentient beings regard the Buddhas with respect. That is how the Buddhas attract and accept all sentient beings. Another meaning for sutra is permanent, that which does not change. Not one word may be omitted and not one word added. That which may not be increased or reduced is called permanent, unchanged and forever unchanged. So, you want the sutras changed, you will end up in the house, not due to some strong-arm autocracy, but because the principles in the sutras, as it were, are still like and cannot be changed, thus permanent. The fourth meaning is a law, which is adhered to throughout the 3 periods of time, those of the past, present, and future, while the third meaning, permanent, means being unchanged from days of old to today. In all 3 periods of time, this is a law to abide by in cultivation, an eternal law, a permanent, not temporary constitution. Sutra is a Sanskrit word. Its Chinese translation means scriptures only. In the olden days in China, transfers of real estate titles did not have to be recorded at the county recorder's office. Instead, the contract would be written on a piece of paper which was then folded and cut zigzag with scissors into 2 halves for each of the parties to hold on to. So what proof would we have if, say, you offer to sell me your lot and I agreed to buy your land? We would each produce our tally, and the zigzags should match to a T, as the Chinese proverb alluding to the practice of scribing words or insignia on a bamboo segment later split into 2 tallies, the matching of which identified their bearers as parties to the prior agreement. Much like the 2 tallies of a halved bamboo denoting an agreement, that is called tallying. To respond, agree, or match. What does the scriptures that tally mean? Above, they tally with the principles of the all Buddha. The principles of all Buddhas suggest the minds of all Buddhas, i.e., upward they match the Buddha's minds. Below, they tally with the potentials of sentient beings. Downward, they are in keeping with sentient beings' propensities. What are sentient beings' potentials and propensities? Sentient beings are like grass, trees, medicinal herbs, i.e. vegetation. All the plants being rooted in the earth are equivalent to the potentials. Also, the plants themselves may be likened to sentient beings. This analogy might help you understand better. comparing plants to sentient beings when it rains, and as the rainwater falls to the earth, all the flowers, grass, shrubs, and trees flourish in their own way. Big trees get more nourishment, small shrubs less nourishment. Grass gets the nourishment befitting grass, flowers get the nourishment befitting flowers, equal and level, and that is totally with sentient beings' potentials. Sutras are like the rainwater falling on all the Maya things, thus belonging totally with sentient beings' potentials. They totally in the sense that you will receive however much you are due for. For instance, as I am lecturing on the sutra, those among you who are wise will add to their wisdom, and the dim ones will also add to their wisdom. But the wise ones will get to add a bit more. Each person will get its own nourishment, own a share of benefit, while those lacking gurus reject the Dharma rain and get no benefit from it. Therefore, it was to each own benefit by toiling downward with sentient beings' potentials. Sutra has all those meanings, plus many more if we were going to cover more of them. That was just an overview. In life after life, Earthstar Bodhisattva remained filial to his parents, and therefore Earthstar Sutra is the Buddhist scripture on filial piety. Filiality is the root and foundation of humanity. If one fails to be filial to one's parents, one is remiss in the responsibilities of being human. Why? Our parents gave birth to us and raised us. Now that we have grown up, if we neglect to repay their kindness, we have not lived up to our obligations as human beings.